This is a presentation on my personal organizational development and change method, the Walks of Life approach. This method, I believe in wholeheartedly, will help lead change in individuals, organizations, or communities to envision a brighter and bigger future for their communities. This method utilizes people or volunteers from the different stages of life, which the method itself is represented in a day-long process to engage and evoke passion, creativity, and values. The Walks of Life method breaks down generational properties and making the participants see the different perspectives from the other participants and bridging the gap. Are you or your team or company stuck, unsettling, and lacking direction? The Walks of Life approach helps reevaluate the direction and find values and purpose. So often we forget what our values are and how they started and where they lead to. Reflection of where we gain our creativity, passion, and values during the different stages of life is a strength of the Walks of Life approach. There sometimes is a lack or presence of disconnect into the meaning of our jobs or the meaning of life. There's so much joy and appreciation to be found in what we do and why we do it every day. Through the reflective stages of life, participants are able to look and reflect back on the past, which partakes in the childhood and adolescent stage, and piece together what is important for sustainable change for the future in the adulthood and late adulthood phases. The model of the 6 design elements, system, purpose, journey, evidence, values, and model, help guide the Walks of Life approach. The purpose of the Walks of Life is to ensure a better understanding of other perspective, engage participants who may be bystanders to become more engaged and accountable for their roles in the organization or in life, challenge participants to create an alternative future, reinforces individual contributions to society and the business, and bridges the gaps between generations. The system of the Walks of Life approach would be best suited for individuals who are open-minded, for larger group settings, which includes groups that are larger than 50 people, and organizations and communities that are larger than 100 people. The Walks of Life method would best benefit if there is a high need for trust and collaboration. As well, this method works to help bridge multi-generational gaps in the workplace or community to better help individuals understand the different processes and approaches in life. The journey of the Walks of Life includes planning, which is diagnosing the needs of the organization and individual gathering of volunteers. The event itself, which is the execution of the 4 phases through activity and discussion, reflection at the end of each meeting with the 4 different stages, picking up key learnings, and the implementation, taking the key learnings and executing actions for the betterment of the organization, community, or individual. The values for this method are to be open-minded, dig deep to find hidden meaning, there is no judgment on other perspectives, creatively use the tools you already have to problem solve, break down barriers, be compassionate towards others and their perspectives. As of recent, the experience I bring to this method is the education and knowledge I have thus far obtained in my organizational development master's program at Bowling Green State University. There has been a number of methods that we have studied that help me gain better insight into what a successful method is, such as World Cafe, Future Search, Graphic Facilitation, Open Space, and Charrettes. Much like World Cafe, which was founded by Meg Wheatley and Juanita Brown, the setting of the Walks of Life approach will be broken into activities and crucial conversations at different parts of the day during different stages of life. For the Walks of Life method, it is very similar in the fact that you meet with volunteers at 4 different stages of life: childhood, adolescence, adulthood, late adulthood. In each phase, participants condone in an activity and listen to understand the volunteers of that phase and what they think is important. The participants then are required to reflect from their learnings of that stage of what they got out of it. The community setting where change is needed, the participants are the volunteers of the different age groups. For a community, if they are experiencing a high increase in crime, this is a great gathering to have the Walks of Life approach to understand different approaches and perspectives on how to better solve and build safety in a community. The strength of this method is that it involves a lot of different perspectives from the community and allows a safe place for people to voice their concerns and opinions during a reflective period. The limitations of this method is that there is a lot of planning that goes into building the event for this method. I plan to encompass different stages of life that an individual goes through. My original intentions was for this to just be an individual reflective coaching session, but as I began to build on my method, I realized that activities and discussions can be had with volunteers of different ages at the group, community, and organization levels. I began to narrow down the process of the different stages. While I do believe there is some missing information due to the fact that activities will be based upon the research and data collected from the community or organization, my approach to this was to follow the 6 elements of design and answer the questions that were in the article Mastering Change. I learned a lot about myself from crafting this approach and about other organizational development methods. It's something that I'm excited about sharing, and while I don't believe I am a master at my approach until I lead an actual event, I believe it is something that is marketable to the public. An area of focus that I will focus on for next time for my method will be to gather more evidence and clarity of the breakdown of schedules. I think it will be best if I had evidence to base what a day-long event will look like. Overall, the walks of life approach, no matter if you view it from an individual level, group level, this method encompasses finding clarity, solace, and gratitude with the continued support from peers, members of the community, and loved ones to dig deeper into actions and moments that impact their lives throughout the different stages of life. I hope one day this method will be used to make a difference that is sustainable and life-changing, if not for a community, but at least for one person. For my references, please see my works cited. And this has been the Walks of Life approach by Christy Brady, and I appreciate it.